8 teams have given it their all, but now all they can do is sit, watch, and wait on the sidelines. But today, 16 teams will step into the Gadia Esports Arena and battle it out for a grand finals spot, while the remainder will duke it out in the survival stage. My name is Barney Banks, and I am your host for the Pmwc at the 2025 Esports World Cup. Right here in the group stage, success is not final, and failure is not fatal. But I tell you what, if you put up big numbers, your journey to the grand final, the $3 million prize pool, and the Pmwc trophy is that much easier. So get comfortable, because today history could be made. So let's do this!
Coming on into our first match of the day, of course, it's Sandhawk as the stage rises to meet us. We're heading over to the jungle.
That's it. We're going to the jungle for the first time, mind you, at least during Pmwc for ourselves. It's going to be a wonderful thing. I love Sandhawk personally. It's an aggressive map. It's small. It's chaotic. Third parties galore. So I'm so ecstatic that we're hopping into it. As far as regions go, Americas, honestly, for me, it surprised me more so for Alpha 7. Again, during the American season, they just weren't performing as well as I needed them to perform. I really thought they were a bit lackadaisical. They were going to be made of, especially because the fact that Revo, Revo was incredible on day one, but he wasn't outdoing others such as like Mafioso, right? Who is typically not the stat leader on this rock.
And keep pace. We're looking out for hot drops as well. I think it's this Northwest Island that's going to pop up first, though. On the top of the mountain, Thunder Talk and Alter Ego. Rosemary, though, has been cut down in a 1-for-1 trade. They still have more to do. Rosemary still, maybe? No, he's not going to get res, but will they find the trade around the corner? Krypton hits the deck, and now they have to rely on the rest of the roster to pull this one back under control. Everyone wielding weaponry here on the top of the mountain. The spray down, though, the reload necessary, but he doesn't clock it in time. Doesn't manage to slide that mag on through, and it is Alter Ego going down.
They're going to have to fight, probably not now, but at least soon enough.
I like APG's split as well in the center. This 2-2 controlling the compound down the hill as well as that high ground scout tower. It is really powerful, but it looks like the Falcons are going to try and challenge on that south point for potentially a bit of an upset for the APG position. I wouldn't be too surprised to see a regroup as they try and keep that one together. Nongshim rolling on in as well, trying to make their way through, and it's not going to be too much to do. APG do in fact regroup here as the Falcons try and get to the top of the hill. A beautiful nade though. Looks like it may be able to even the odds.
Ralph has to do something though. Like you said, even the odds. You got a flying card. This is a perfect opportunity to send some shots flying from up top, keeping Ralph's head down low. It's a perfect opportunity to push, but Top's got a nade and he's willing to throw it, and Ralph is missed. Top now full send, DPS in hand, and Ralph will fall. And beautiful shots on Redox just below. An unfortunate set of circumstances for Falcons, but make no mistake about it, APG also taking some hits.
Where are those shots even coming from? I think that might be from, is that from Redox down the hill? Is he still going?
Points, luckily, they get all their teammates back up into play. They had a player down on the tower just up ahead, but now they're going in to finish off the Falcons, to finish off Redox, but it's not going to be that easy. Redox putting out some tremendous damage, and he's looking to take on the full force. Meanwhile, Zyle is also down. Nade's thrown at his feet, but it's got a couple of seconds. He times it properly to push forward with the DPS, but misses.
I know it's hot here in Riyadh, but it is still quite risky to go for these swims, as Alpha 7 do manage to make landfall, and more than that, they're landing lead. Down towards Gamax, find a second dock as well. An answer with a DPS.
Take a ton of damage because he felt super confident in his ability to get the win. Gamax not only getting taken down just yesterday with Alter Ego's Eris performing as well as they were. Weibo getting into a bit of a scuffle. IG pushing up confidently. He is down. And intense game. Another roster coming.
Third parties could be dangerous.
Oh, here we go. Alpha 7 moves up. Kirill stays alive miraculously. Are you kidding me? Kiddotrope loses one. Tamara's down. An amazing set of circumstances. Revo.
The bean, roll over Alpha 7, try and move it on in. But as it stands, they're going to have to try and snake it out. In the meantime, Nongshim, they've been slowly executing this northwestern side well. They have been moving through this ground, this terrain, and been vigilant with it. Sure, they've lost a player, but they're on 6 elims. Not too many other players are in their location as well.
Well, Thunder,
a couple of the points there, they're up to 6 elims. That was a really lovely pickup for them. They'll be now on 52 points. Ooh, okay, 2 players going down for Alpha 7 to a solo from Gamax of all teams.
45 seconds originally, then I said 2 minutes, and then he ended up almost dismantling Alpha 7. He did his part. R8 behind a wall, taking nade after nade. Weibo's been relatively quiet this game, currently sitting at 0 eliminations, but this is the time where they start to wake up. The zones get closer and closer, and 33Z taking down one from R8 as they reposition. They're pushing in full steam ahead, and they might be able to take them by surprise. Order just up. Mark needs to be ready to clear the left side of this choke point. Some pre-shots. He pushes up. Pre-nade's going to be out. Actually smokes. This is going to be chaotic.
Oh, a full blind there for Marth, and he can't hold the door frame anymore. Weibo going low as well, though, and into a 1 versus 1. Ida versus 33Z around the corner, and Maxman was right. They start off slow. Weibo go down in 10th.
Them taking out one by one of IG, who might not even be able to get their teammate back into play. I think they do it just in the nick of time, but Red Force going to keep their heads down. Petrino knows, look, we've got to take this E-Arena roster out, but it's not going to be easy, as Mormon firing some wonderful shots, drops one. They start to push up, but again, once they get out of this hard cover, Red Force is going to be ready for them.
They are currently 2 players on the overlook there from the height. Now as Sleepy goes down in the backline for Aura, E-Arena weather the storm. Doxy though moving over the top of the hill as Tizzy moves in 2.
Sky, great shots, but forced to hit the ground. E-Arena keeping the pressure up. The car is on fire. Back away. You don't want to take any additional damage or, man, even go down. Joker also on the move. You can't even go too far up this hill. If you do, you're going to be isolated by Kinotrope. But watch out, Kinotrope is going to be coming up behind Hora. Hora needs to be ready for this. They can't be focused too hard on the third party. They move in, and Sleepy's down, and Kinotrope might be able to get a team wipe.
Ida are rubbing their grubby little mitts here on the south side. They might be able to steal this away, depending on the chaos on the north side. We'll see how this unfolds. E-Arena starting to collapse. Kinotrope move in, and Aura go down first. Nongshim Red Force, they have kept 3 players alive. Can they move back into a position to make it work for them? Can they move back down towards the center of this next circle? As Nongshim Red Force
around, and they can take some respite where Benny is currently at. Kinotrope, they're most likely down and out, and in fact, they're going to be fully eliminated, but you still got eyes on AXT currently at. Kinotrope, they're most likely down and out, and in fact, they're going to be fully eliminated, but you still got eyes on AXTMG. Ida, who's going to be in the hardcover location just down below, and Ida only has 2. Of course, AXTMG only has 1, but they can output quite a bit of damage, but back on board with Red Force. E-Arena, can they get the full finishes? Yes, they can.
And now the attention is turned. For Nongshim Red Force, they have to push back down towards this next circle, but they don't have cover. Ida have it for a little bit longer. They're lighting up these sidelines. There's a vehicle up there as well. Doxy goes forwards. He needs to make something happen here, or they will go down. On the inside, they will be pushed out, but they can survive for just that little bit longer. Nongshim Red Force, they're on the lip of that hill at the top there.
Okay, but he doesn't know, right? He doesn't know AXTMG is going to be just off to the left. Placement points for Ida so big in this moment. They want to stay alive as long as humanly possible. But Aaron's going to drop down. Doc gets active. But meanwhile, the trap is still set. AXTMG goes forward. Doc, you got to be ready for this. He sniffs it out. He clears the corner. Just a sliver of hell for AXTMG. And he holds on tight. Can't get the finish, but finally does it. That's an additional point. But at the end of the day, Nongshim Red Force take game number 1. Be in the top 3 running. We look at E-Arena now, Alpha 7. We haven't seen Alpha 7 get active for just a little bit. The last time was against Falcons. This time we've got an opportunity against E-Arena, and Alpha 7 should win this with the utility being thrown and the early damage being affected. Joker is feeling it. Alpha 7, you know them. They're going to want to push this as aggressively as they can.
It feels like this may be their final rotation of the game. They've moved into the roadblock, and they're just trying to survive. Don't imagine that they have the presence, the pressure with 3 players alive to go for a full push here. They might be able to pick up some elims, sure, but it's R8, I think, who are going to be able to earn the lion's share of this engagement. I mean, Alter Ego, though, still there. That's going to be one hell of a hurdle to cross. They're already up to 11 elims, by the way. R8 trying to make their approach, and E-Arena will go 1 for 1 on the trade. Ida has to back up. Look for the res here. Prestige not going to waste any time. A big nade coming through from Mormon, though, and that's going to change the tide of things. Prestige needs to commit, needs to get some damage here. Looks good with the arc. Is he going to be able to connect too much more? The reses are coming through for R8, and they're keeping the pressure up, but the res comes through, and now 4 players still stand for E-Arena. The nade, again, not connecting.
I am shocked. E-Arena has 4 players up, and they're actually doing a ton of damage to R8. Prestige from a distance. Hill makes it so awkward, he can't even get up. You got Outbriefus from APG, who might be on the backside. I think he's thinking about it. Okay, do I have clear line of sights? If I do, I'm taking him, and that's going to be all on R8. And actually, here he goes, getting active, and this could help E-Arena so much.
They've managed to find that first and an immediate flush. R8 not in a position, they were almost committed to that push. Every focus was on the E-Arena compound. This Alpha Gaming flex out, I mean, it was a risk, but it's paid off beautifully. Alpha 7, are they trying to look for a move?
Looks
No,
like
I
it.
don't think so. Not just yet, but Carrillo's sending nades on in. They're keeping the pressure up on the other side of this engagement.
This is messy. This is chaotic. The winner of this fight could very well go on to win game number 2 Aaron Gale of the day. The Alpha Gaming has moved even further up. They're taking the forward position. E-Arena now has a couple of players who are down. 2 players to stand up. Carrillo, he wants to push up. He wants to at least get a line of sight on any stragglers who peek their head over the corner. Prestige finally moving in. He's been waiting to do this for the longest time. A nade's being cooked. He swings the angle. He gets the drop, but it's not done just yet. E-Arena fights back through the window. R8 down. It's down to Mark, who hits the shotgun shot through the doorway, though. Clutching up is our boy Mormon from E-Arena.
That's Alter Ego, and even with that high ground advantage, you just can't take those angles. The shape of the terrain just doesn't allow it. They try and go for this crash. Alpha 7 have such a strong hold, and Carrillo's holding face against 2, finds them, and immediately shuts them down. Mormon in the smoke, and Carrillo retreats a little bit closer towards his teammates, but he's hopping out. He's getting bold. The weapon swap's there, and the team of E-Arena are falling. Joker with a nade, but Carrillo is farming them as they approach.
Oh, but the nade connects on the Carrillo. The farming ends, and Joker becomes the farmer himself, but only for just a little bit. Carrillo should get back onto his feet. And now we are down to our top 4 teams. And finally, Gamex starts to get active. They're getting pushed, and it's Alter Ego.
From the northeast side, Power have managed to move up behind Alter Ego, so it could be dangerous. The ground floor now taken. Moana, Krypton, followed by Rosemary into the ground floor now, pushing Gamex up on high. Molotovs to burn it, to slow things down before they can get this res, though. These nades are going to start to come on through. Healing now being done, and Alter Ego have pressure from the high ground that they have just deserted.
Rosemary bottom left. He's been the highest damage dealer so far. Krypton as well, to be a great courtesy to Rosemary's performance. Gamex getting pieced apart, but Arthur wants to stop the bleeding. He wants to put Alter Egos into the grave. But will it be possible? I don't know. You got Rosemary, the top dog, with Krypton down below, and he's hugging a corner. He's hugging it tight. But the question is, does Gamex give up their high ground? They're on the second floor. I don't think they do, but Arthur is burning, but only for a little bit.
He has that first aid. Nades being poured over towards Alpha 7, huddled behind the checkpoint. Where? How are they finding these hiding places? I don't know. Carrillo fully flushed out. The nades keep going, and Power are putting more and more pressure on as time goes on. Gamex, they're not out of it just yet. They've managed to extract some value out of Alter Ego, but they will finally fall. Alpha 7 are next to go down.
Alter Ego's Ares, 15 eliminations. 15, absolute insanity. We've been singing their praises. We've been
on today, and he has still got a little bit more gas left in the tank. Over to Easy. Krypton and Moana. Moana goes down, and Krypton falls next. A nice hold there along the sight lines for Power, and it's all up to the man himself. It's Rosemary with a chance to prove that he can take a 1v4. Sure, it might be against Power, but it would be legendary. Unfortunately, it's not to be, and Power managed to leave Milta in the chaos, move in behind Alter Ego, and they take a chicken dinner.
Age in this moment, like they just got to continue to bump heads.
Yeah, it's a really difficult position to be in for both of these 2 teams. Those ditches are really tough to deal with. A double spray down there from Darkin, though. Has the backup of Emery, but he has to hit the deck and will not be able to assist anymore. Darkin goes down despite his gargantuan effort that he was able to put in. Another nade sent in from Arthur. Doesn't quite connect onto Emre. Suk, by the way, for Weibo, has just been in the middle of this circle like a turret. He's been taking shots over towards Thunder Talk, now down over towards Ida.
But to stay that center and beat a turret, as you said, not an easy task, because you know everybody's going to be focused on you from time to time. Finally, some fireworks going off. AJ's up close on final mark, going down from Kinotrope. Kinotrope looks to be losing this engagement. Only one player left alive. Thundertalk with one themselves. Both teams cannibalize each other.
On that western side of the compound, but the Falcons do have some dominant sight lines out towards the north, out towards the east. A crazy hop over the ridgeline here coming through Kinotrope, but it is not going to pay off, unfortunately. Order is starting to cook the nades, so is 33Z, and they are now exchanging ordnance from one another. The spray down's good, again connects over towards Order. In the meantime, by the way, Valo did just take a knock I believe that's from Henry. Not likely to get flushed just yet, but
it's just going to be those two teams, nobody else. The winner going to be in such a powerful spot as we were setting up earlier, and the fireworks are going off. E-Arena's already lost one. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, well, they're still 4 strong, and they've got to maintain it. But does the tides turn? Well, not so much. Falcons with the Wolfpack looking so incredibly strong. E-Arena 2 down at the moment. Falcons still 4 strong, but Mormon says, hey, it's time to turn the tides, turn our luck. I'm staying alive, and through the window, firing some shots, but still not making a connection. But again, Mormon, you go back to game 2. He was the linchpin for the successful recover for E-Arena when they were getting pincered.
And on the other end of this fight, they're going to have to leave. The circle shifts down south. It is a time-based situation now as well. Koa holding his nerve for 1. Turns back his attention to Sakura. Will be able to find it. Redox deserts him, goes down to the rounds of E-Arena, and he is not long for the same fate. The Falcons fall. Red Force,
okay.
However, they're looking pretty hot as well. Wavebo open the bidding, and it looks like E-Arena is going to be suffering pretty heavily here, although they haven't managed to see him. Uh-oh.
One still alive. One still alive, one looking to thrive, and finally E-Arena are gone down top 3. AXTMG, Weibo knocks from Red Force. AXTMG taking heavy losses, and they are going to be out now down to the top.
They don't have utility either, though. And you can see the armor's in a pretty shambolic state right now. This roll forwards may actually work. They've left the player behind, suppressed the ridgeline. They're trying to connect with the spray downs, and Order stays alive. That could be crucial here. They can get some healing done. XZ, can he connect? Yes, the spray down with the P90's there. The nade in response, sure. And now Order has to do something. He has to come up big. It's all up to him. A sliver of HP, back up to a decent amount, but it's a 1v3 as Binny moves on in. They've got the center of the circle under control. They're looking for the res as the flushes come on through. It's all but closed down, and Nongshim Red Force want 2 chicken dinners today.
Here they go. Order's spring into action. He can potentially clutch this up, but he's going to have to work hard. He falls short. Weibo finishes second, and Nongshim Red Force finish the game 3 with a winner chicken dinner. 12 eliminations, making it their second win of the day.
Really didn't go their way. They have earned the lion's share of their points today.
Just Rita and Eren now. And this is the team that really wants to hold on to position. Weibo Gaming, the team chasing over towards Ida. This could be a great nade though, down towards them. Instantly Order's backing it off, but they will lose Suck.
Oh, quick peek up as well. Goes both ways though. You got protection in the rear.
Down. I think that's it. That's it right there. Over towards the arena. Alter Ego take first place and the 80 grand. 4 Thrives cannot catch up to them. Hello? There's no way.
Oh, mate! Surely not anymore. AJ with a drop down. See you later, Falcons. You would be furious.
I looked away for a second and I saw Ralph pop up there as well. Nades flowing on down. More damage done. Koa on his last breath. Not Valo trying to do the work, but doing more damage to himself in the process.
Panic stations.
And he knocked his teammate as well. Oh!
Took him out of the fight. Makes it uncomfortable if it wasn't already.
It's looking very slim at them making into that top 8. The Weibo chasing over towards APG.
Rosemary, up on the hill, dialed in, eyes like a hawk, just looking for the opportunity to be presented from this skirmish between Gamax and Doxy. Fires out the bait shot, tucks back in for the close pre-nade. He's still got a couple to work with, but from the side, it's not Valo.
Over the back-to-back on both Miramars and send themselves up the tables, but unlikely. The teams we're looking at now, pretty much Weibo, APG, Ida, and Thunder Talks. Thunder Talks leaving this game at 79 points with just 1 player remaining in Xing over towards that northeast side.
Gamax on the backup, trying to play off one another. Rosemary on the move. He's got to be swift about this. Boundless bullets being fired his way. Somehow still dodging from them, being able to stay alive. Heart pounding.
He's down. APG versus Power. This is a big one. Power looking to cut them short here. Open up a path up towards the top 8 already. One down in the front lines. Yol's able to find easy. They are not making this one easy. For Power. And Gamax again constantly chiming in on these important engagements.
Yeah, there's no breaks. Everyone just throwing themselves into the fight right now, making it uncomfortable for these teams. Oh, man. Bullets from the side. Top gets the shot onto Ragnar. Power, if they wanted an opportunity, it is getting ripped away from them.
Narvalo steps up for nade. It's a long one, but it is order.
As soon as they catch whiff of potential for the Elims, they start to dive in. We wave goodbye to Thunder Talks, and Alpha look to claim more from this. You are trapped in position. The nade is enough, blows them up. One goes down. Moana from the side falls as well. Alter Ego lose a player. Horror with opportunity to strike back and slow down Alpha. Joel with the response.
Losing top though does feel rough here for them, but they will finish off Horror. Alpha Gaming just looking to put more points up on the board. They need 2 more points here. Eren standing up versus Alter Ego, has the nade in hand. They can just get over Regnum Kaya. It would secure them in their position. Moana goes down, Rita will find him.
They're looking good for it right now. Smart plays, but look at this. The dive in, intense game, looking to turn up the heat, but the response back is critically clean. Instantly engages with the shotgun from the side, down 2. You got the nades running in from the top.
One.
He just needs to get it on target, and that's enough.
That should push them over into 7th. There it is. Anita just about make it. They hung on over towards the concrete and the girders. And they were solid as steel in that position for such a long time as just a 2. Doc steps out a little bit too far. An order will lay down the gap.
The aim on point, the gun skill being shown. Quick setup off the info from his team as well. They get the read back over. It's the late push up from the solo from Gamax, trapped in position. Nades from either side.
Just a couple more points here for them. 33Z will find Arthur, dropping up to 5 elims. I think they've made it on placement points alone. I think that is Regnum Kaya now out. 9th place.
An intense game. They thought they were going to crash in, rip away the dreams from Ida. It did not go that way. They were the Sandman on that one, and you're put to sleep from the sidelines of AX. Show us what you're made of.
Ooh!
Nitro down into the back line. The blow on Order hits heavy. Ordnance in front of him as well as he's trying to reposition on the knock. You're able to peek in from the side, convert onto that one fully. The pressure starting to build now for Weibo. AX in a good spot on the push-up.
33Z, he up to the plate. Devo T on this sideline. This off angle has been absolutely sublime. Bullets, resources running low. S12K in the hand, just spraying it in range and makes it happen. The shells hit eventually, but he is down. And somebody's going to stand up.
The wrap in from the side as well. 33Z, last man in a position to try and snatch this away and take it home for Weibo off the back of what's been a big game for them, but it's a 1v2. Would need to be a clutch. No opportunity to play off heat. He's out of position, tuck in behind the car. No way. Around the corner. He gets one. The DBS rattles off on the edge. He's trying to straight into this as well. The drop down below the car. He's ready for it on the peak, and it's enough to steal it.
Arian able to get that game going from the end, and AX will finish it off with a chicken dinner, going into survival stage feeling strong, but Weibo don't care at all. A wondrous result. Get themselves into the top 8, they're happy, AX is happy, Ida striking off the Turkish Titans and Regnum Kaya and bringing them down.
I want to see who's going to be going to the grand finals. We know Alter Ego's there. Ida Esports, Thunder Talk, Team Secret, Alpha Gaming is also going to get in there. Weibo Gaming, VRX, Sport Thrives Esports, and Alter Ego Max. Ooh, Regnum Kaya, 81 points. Nonshim, even with the 2 wins today.
Like their 3-1 splits they were doing on Miramar, and they won Chicken Dinner a little bit earlier on in the day. That was very well executed for them. So versus 15 Turkish teams, one of the best teams out there, and unfortunately was not close enough on the global stage. But Ida able to eclipse the 2 other teams of his home region. Now that is a massive surprise for me, set up to go into the finals.